What you're looking at right now is the exam control panel, and here you can, if you already have it installed, you can start Apache and MySQL. And after starting, you can go to the admin. You can see localhost php myadmin, and here you can make a new database, and I could name it MySQL CRUD DB maybe, or just CRUD, because this is about CRUD, right? So here you can see 4 columns. I suppose I only want 3, and I can name something here, a table. I can make a table of 3 columns, and the table name could be, I will just write table and go. The first parameter here, I want this to be id. It is integer, and I would like to auto increment it. The second parameter is something like name. The third parameter could be something like age. So it is text, it is integer, and this is perhaps all that I want here. And save. Right, so let's change it to something that is acceptable, right? So tb and save. So there is this key, name, and age. It is the structure of this table, and if I go to the browse, and you can see these columns are empty. To do some CRUD actions, you can go to SQL, and you can see here select, insert, update, delete. Insert is like create, select is like read, update is update, and delete is delete. To insert something, you can click here, and you can see here that it says insert into tb, that is the table name, and it has these 3 column names here, and it has these values. I do not need this id because I gave it auto increment in the structure, and if I delete this here, I can also delete the first any of them maybe. Anyway, so the first one is a text name. I can give it a name like a cat, and let's say the cat's name is a cat. And so this cat has an age, right? Well, let's imagine an age like 2 years, right? So the first name is a cat, or just cat, and age is 2. If I click on go here, this happened, says row inserted. You can see a new this row here with this id1. I did not input it, it was auto increment. It was set as auto increment, so it is supposed to increment by 1. And this is the cat, this is the age. If I go to insert and redo this and give different values this time, for the first one I can give parrot, and the age 1 year maybe. So a parrot and age is 1, right? So if I click on go, it also got inserted, and here you can see another row with parrot and age is 1. If I click on select here, select all actually, not this one, I'm clicking on this one, select all. If I click on here, you can see select on from TB where something like say ID, and say it is 2, so it should access the parrot, right? So if I go to there, and you can see the second row with ID 2 parrot is here. If I try to do that again, if I click here, select all, and from TB table name, and if I say ID and say 1, click on go, and it goes and shows the first row. You can click on the update button here. You can click on this update button, and you can see this thing, right? So update TB, set ID, name, these are those column properties, and where ID is this. So I do not need this ID, and I don't want to, let's say I want to change age, right? Oops. If I want to change age, let's remove this name. So I want to change age, and where ID, let's say ID, and let's say click on 2 and set this age to 2 years or 3 years. So the parrot age is 3 years. If I click on go, you can see, yeah, it changed, right? If I click on update again, if I say this time, if I say if I remove that, if I keep the name this time, and if I say ID equals to 1, so this should be that dog, cat, right? So the first row, and the value I can change it to frog. So frog, if I click on go, and if I go to this, you can see that it is now frog. It used to be cat, now it is frog in the name column of the first row. The delete command is kind of you can see simple, right? So delete from TB, the table name, and where something, so let's say ID equals to 1, so I want to delete the first row, right? So if I click on go, and do you really want to execute? Okay, yes. So the first row affected. If I go to browse, you cannot see the first row because it got deleted. If I want to delete the second row, I can click on ID equals 2. So if I click on go, it also sorry, did I do it right? ID equals to 2. It should work, right? So if I click on go, if I go to the browse, you can see it is now empty because I deleted both of those rows, and this is empty right now.